tell them of my pain that I was going around hardened steel chain around my waist until please cut it off. And as incredible and amazingly supportive as he was, that may have been the hardest thing I've ever done. And the conversations that I had with my father and with my mother may be the hardest ones I'll ever have, but there are harder conversations, because today there are mothers and fathers around this globe who will sit their children down to an empty dinner table tonight and struggle to find the words that say, "You're not eating tonight." And they will look into their children's eyes and they will feel defeated and they will feel hopeless. And the thought that I could have anything to do with that hurt terrifies me and it drives me. Today we hear a call to action like none other in history, because the International Energy Agency says that if we don't stop all new fossil fuel infrastructure in the next 4 years, we will condemn all of humanity for all of time to a 2 degrees increase in the global average temperature. In 100 years, in 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800 years from now, people will toil and struggle with the decisions that we make in the next 4. And in just the next 18 years, 100 million people will die because of the fossil fuel industry. If they killed that many people in any of the traditional one-at-a-time ways, it would amount to a logistical feat. And every day the violence would be on the front page and the front of our minds. And decades ago, we would have marched our bodies into the State House and we would have locked our bodies to construction sites. But as it stands, carbon dioxide is a colorless, odorless gas that we did not evolve to recognize, let alone to recognize as a threat. But if we want any right to consider ourselves enlightened individuals, we need to recognize that fact and act accordingly. Now, we are not quite ready to take the State House today, but today we will do what we can so that tomorrow we will do what we cannot do today. Today we will heed a call to action like none other in history. Today we will march. Today we will put our politicians on notice and we will put Portland on alert. Today we will go home to our families and tell them that these tar sands are the biggest carbon bomb on this planet and that this pipeline is a fuse which leads straight to that bomb. And that this fuse runs through our waterways and right into Portland. And tomorrow we will extinguish that fuse. And next month we will march to Washington in protest of the Keystone Pipeline, and we will extinguish that fuse. And this year we will divest our churches and our universities and our municipalities from the fossil fuel industry, extinguishing their social capital. And next year when we will have a movement so big and a public so outraged that when we go to Congress, we will get the legislation that my generation so desperately needs. Legislation that says one day, years from today, I will sit my children down to a table that is full, and I will take great pleasure as I pick out each and every word that I will use to tell this beautiful story of how we took on the richest industry and history and how we won. That story starts right here with us. today. I'll see you all in Washington.